Welcome at the new sharing video here at Life of a Hippie CEO. I can almost say it and just acting like it's a normal, natural thing for me to have like an intro to this whole thing. I just want to put my screen up because sorry if this is like really not understandable. I have so many thoughts in my head and I don't get to speaking them out loud. The thing was, I started with the sharing video thing, and then in the back of my mind, slowly this thought occurs of what the fuck am I doing? Like, I'm not like that. Of course, I'm becoming more like it. It's not an unnatural thing to do, but it's still a bit strange. I have to get used to it. Feeling more like a sort of public speaker person for maybe the two people who are watching this. On the other hand, it does feel pretty amazing that two of my friends are already watching this. And like, of course, they are still my friends, and I wish to reach more people someday. But actually, I just really enjoy being able to inspire two of my good friends, and still being in this sort of safe cocoon of trying to figure out what I want to do with Life of a Hippie CEO without everybody watching. Because I'm already doing that with Commit Happiness, and it's getting kinda... It is difficult. It's good, and I didn't want it to be not like this. But being vulnerable is something you can only do to a certain amount, or you'll... yeah, how to put it? It doesn't work. Like, if I put myself in too much vulnerability, I would just shut down myself and drain my energy and not be able to do anything. And I noticed this actually in the last few days, that I was so busy exposing myself to people, and I didn't get like the immediate confirmation that I'm okay as a person, though I was so scared what people would think of me. And then at the end of my working day, I would feel so tired and grumpy, and then I took a day off today, and I feel so happy and joyful today. And my day off is also a kind of celebration thing, because yesterday I hit the 1,000 subscribers for Commit Happiness, email subscribers. So I feel, well, yesterday I couldn't feel much joy about it. It did feel kind of amazing to see that big number out there. But at the same time, I just felt depleted. Is that even a word? I'm not sure. I just felt really, I did too many things that were like asking too much of me. And yeah, and today I just feel... Sorry if my rabbit is being really noisy right now. I don't know what he's trying to do. Oh, yeah. I'll give him some hay, then he'll be more quiet. No. There. It worked. Yeah, I read a book in the park earlier today, and just feels really good to give myself some space again. And now I can step into the joyous feeling of, woohoo, 1,000 subscribers. That's such an amazing mark. As you can notice, I feel much, much better than in my previous sharing video. Oh my god. Yeah, it felt really wonderful that while I was having these issues with the health insurance, I most of the time felt like I did in that sharing video. I don't really remember what it was like, but just really frustrated and like I wasn't able to deal with it. But somewhere I thought, okay, there must be a good solution for me. I just want to stay open for a solution that's perfect for me and that just feels easy and like I would like it to be that way. And then that occurred. Yeah, yeah, I somehow managed to get myself to stay insured in the Netherlands. It's a bit of a weird grey area, and I think I actually would need to be insured in Germany, but I can stay insured in the Netherlands, so that solves all my problems. Yeah, and it feels really wonderful that solution I was looking for and was sort of manifesting for did really happen. I joined the Lucky Bitch bootcamp some time ago, and in the last 1 or 2 weeks, I've really started putting it into action, and this has been so wonderful for me. I feel better, and I feel so happy to have discovered EFT, and I've heard of it before, but I couldn't get myself to it. And now with Denise's explanation, I thought, well, I feel resistant, but let's try it out, and it wonders. So yeah, and I have had a lot of great experiences. With the Midsummer Night, I was at a festival. It appears that every year they make a really, really big fire here to feast, to celebrate it. And yeah, it was so great to be at this fire and to dance at the drums, and it helped me to let go of a lot of things, emotionally, spiritually, and be more allowing to invite all the good into my life. And it just felt so aligned with the Lucky Bitch bootcamp, and I feel like I've become better at allowing good stuff for me. And now I was reading this book, The Big Leap, and it's all about the team as well, and I really feel like something's happening. And I hope it's not just my imagination. Yeah, last week I made another sale, and actually I'm like nowhere close to my goal of having like 200 euros in sales this month, but it was the first sale I made this month. I had already given up, and I thought, oh my god, no, I'm not going to have a 0 month. That would be so awkward on Life of a Happy CEO to go like, woohoo, I finally made 500 euros, and then the next month I'm just back at 0, which hasn't happened until like August, I think, when I was more like a student than an entrepreneur. Oh no, October was a 0 month as well, I guess. A 6 euro month. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was scared to have a 0 month. And then I made that sale, and I could let it in so much. I just spontaneously went to the shopping mall and bought one beautiful pair of 2 beautiful flip-flops, and just to celebrate and allow myself something I would never buy for myself, because I feel like my flip-flop should be €1 instead of buying the higher quality brand that I actually can enjoy walking on for €25. But I did it, and it felt awesome. And I feel like I never was able to let these good things like having a sale sink in so much as I could last week. So that was really cool. And then only for the last 2 days I've done too many difficult stuff and vulnerable stuff, and everything went crashing down a bit. But now I took a day off, and I feel back in my, oh yes, my life is amazing flow. Of course, like there's still so much things I want to achieve, and I want achieve. It's kind of nice, like more from the inside. And want to grow, of course, and I still want to make a living from my company. But I feel joyful in the process of getting there, and I probably will get there. Like everything is growing so much, I should figure it out someday, right? And I feel like I can now sit back and relax in not being there yet, knowing that I will be there someday, and that all my dreams will become reality. But it feels more okay to have a journey towards that instead of having to be there now. Because actually my life is pretty good. I live in this really beautiful house for free for a year, for the first year. And I have 3 cutie rabbits. That's a bad example. Actually, it is mixed because they also take a lot of my attention. And what also didn't help the past 2 days was that one of our rabbits has wounds on his back, and then the other rabbit started to lick or bite it or anything, and then I started to worry about that, and I had to deal with it. And man, I can't believe that taking care of rabbits is so much effort. I used to have them as a kid and I thought all you need to do is like give them food and clean up their shit and that's all. But geez, these take up so much more attention. Yeah, and I have a nice, loving relationship that's so generous and so loving and so nurturing and supporting, and I wanted to say, and I have like these really amazing friends, and I do, but I don't really talk to them anymore. Like, of course, a lot of them live in the Netherlands. But I actually feel really glad to have them, although I don't actively engage with them anymore. I just feel really grateful for all the memories and knowing such beautiful people who love me, and that's enough for now. Weird, but it works for me. Yeah, and I'm becoming more and more in love with myself, which is of course the fundamental thing of all of this. And I'm building 2 companies. Like, how amazing and exciting is that? And they are growing. Well, maybe Life of a Hippie CEO isn't growing that much, but it is inside of me. I didn't realize that before, but yeah, it is growing inside of me, and I guess that's where it's supposed to grow right now, like a seed that's still like underneath the earth, and it will grow into the public space someday. But right now it's good that it just grows inside of me, and Comet Happiness grows publicly, and it's also a really amazing adventure on itself, and really scary and frustrating, but today I just love it so much, and I feel so blessed being able to do this. Like, what the fuck? There are all these people who are doing like normal jobs because they feel like they have to, and I've just always been really stubborn and saying, no, I only want to do what I love doing, and going to the Academy of Art and then sort of quitting it because I didn't want to do it. And whoa, like, I've never had to work for anything I didn't want to. What the fuck? And sometimes I did this small side projects because I just wanted to make money, like designing logos and stuff. And when I was a teenager, I did a babysitting job. But all of these things I could have not done them and still be really abundant and buy all the stuff I like. Only then at this moment I would have maybe 2,000 euros less in my bank account and I wouldn't even notice. Like, what the fuck is my problem with money? Why do I act as if it's so scarce? It's not. And I just only really wish that I don't know if I ever explained about my financial situation, but all the money I do have in my bank is like the student loan I got from studying, and then I put up the maximum loan, so all the money I have is money I have to pay back to the government someday, but it does leave me with some good cash in my bank. I do like honestly feel really poor now because I surpassed the 10,000 mark. Like, when I just graduated, I had about 20k in my bank account from that student loan. And so now I have like 5,000 left or something. I invested a lot in Comet Happiness. That's why most of that happened. But at the same time, like, well, what the fuck, I can still spend 5,000 euros. That's pretty amazing, actually. And it does mean, of course, that I have to pay more back to the government. And if I would not spend it and pay it back right now, but I really trust that by the time I start paying back that money, I will just be so abundant I won't even notice it. Ha! I won't even notice paying back like 40,000 euros or something. That's awesome. So yeah, I feel like this is getting a kind of long sharing again, but I just felt so happy doing it. And yeah, so I'm going to go on and enjoy my day. My celebration day, off day. Speak to you soon, I think. I feel somehow I didn't get to sharing much lately, and I start to miss it. And I also start to notice that then when I share, I have so many things I have to tell you, and I don't, because I just go for every random thing that comes into my mind. And I for me, it's really important that you can have like the full picture of what it is for me to build a business. Every single thing, because what I noticed is when I hear the stories of other people who became really successful in their business, it always is a summary, and of course it has to, because they've already had the whole journey and they just try to tell like, oh, this is what it was like for me, and they have to squish in 5 years in a blog post, or even if you have to do just 1 year in a blog post, you can't really show what it's like, and everything seems different when you look back at it. Like when I look back at my journey now, I think, well, what the fuck was I being so frustrated about that my mailing list didn't grow? What the fuck? I grew to 1,000 people in about 9 months or something. That's pretty amazing. That's pretty cool. And maybe if I had known beforehand that by this time I would be at 1,000, then I wouldn't have been frustrated for my first 100 people who took so damn long. So when I would write about it now, it would seem like a more positive story than it actually was. So this is why the sharing videos are so important for me. I don't care that nobody is watching this right now, I think, most of the time. But I don't care, because I trust that in time, when I become the big and famous person, then is where these videos have the real value, because people will want to know, well, what was it like for you? And I can say, watch all the fucking sharing videos, because I can't give you a more honest picture. I can give you a picture that gives you a faster impression. I can try to sum it up in a blog post, but if you really want to know what it was like, then this is the real deal. How I was talking about it when it happened, and all the emotions that came with it. And I feel that when I take 3 or 4 weeks before I share again, that I missed out on so much of these experiences for you. Like I made you miss out on them so much. Because in the past 3 weeks I've been down and I've been up and everything in between, and maybe other dimensions of emotions. And I think it's really important for you. I decide now, it's really important for you. No, I mean, for me, if I look at what I need now that I don't know if I'm going to be successful, for me it would be really important to really see what it was like for someone. To really get a real, raw, unpolished story. And I don't see that much around. I see that entrepreneurs are becoming more and more open about sharing about their journey, but it's not as raw as I think it should be. So that's why I'm doing this, and that's why I will make the vow to share soon again, and do that, although I now get all these thoughts in my head that say like, oh my god, they're going to find you so arrogant, why would anyone want to listen to you every week? But I still do it, and I think that's what entrepreneurship is about. We have to spread a message to the world, we feel like we have to, we feel that it's important, and still there's this inner critic going like, who the fuck do you think you are? Well, I think I'm loose, and I want to do sharing videos because I believe they will make the world a better place, because they will help you create your beautiful work